Okay, so now we're going to work on the education section. The very first thing that you're going to do is find our school. So you click on find our school. You can type in our CEB code, or you can type in our full school name. 053970 is our code. Once you input that, you should be able to see Leadership Public Schools Richmond and hit continue. It'll ask you what your date of entry is. For you guys, it would be, where are we? August. You're graduating in 2019, so 4 years from now, 4 years ago, excuse me. So August 2016 would have been your very first year. Is this a boarding school? No, it is not. Will you graduate from the school? Yes. Graduation date for everyone here, we're just going to input June 2019. If you are going to graduate earlier or anything, this is what you would put, but for us, it's no change in progression. For counselor, you're going to go ahead and put Miss, if you are in my class, you're going to put in my name. Don't worry about my middle name. Or you're going to put in Miss Wyatt's name, which is Gabriella Wyatt, depending on what class you are in. Counselor's job title, you're just going to put college counselor. For email address, you're either going to put my email address, asanchez@leadps.org. Make sure that this is correct so that we can receive any updates that we need for your application. Or you'll type in Miss Wyatt's, gwyatt@leadps.org. Telephone number. So you can put in our, I guess I would say our school email. Sorry, excuse me, telephone number. So 510-235-4522. If you are in mine, you're going to put extension 448. If you are in Miss Wyatt's, so for Miss Wyatt, you'll go ahead and input extension 464 if she is your counselor. In this question, I'll just ask you if you were a transfer student, then this is where you would note that. If you started LPS freshman year, then you can just go ahead and put 0. You haven't attended any other high schools. But if you did transfer in, you're going to note that here, find your school, whatever school it is that you're coming from. Make sure that you're selecting the right one in the right city. And then it's going to ask you to put what date you started with. You attended that school. So if you started there freshman year, then it'll be August of 2015. 2015 was you guys your freshman year. And if you transferred to us, for example, sophomore year, then you're going to put your last date there was August 2016. And this will just tell you to provide some details about why you left the school. So if you are just happen to be called off of the waiting list, then you can just put that. Have to be on the wait list. And again, if you are not a transfer student, then your response to this would just be 0, and it would not instruct you to answer any of those questions. If you took a class at Contra Costa or at any other community college, you can go ahead and indicate that here. So whether that was a summer course or a course during the school year, this is where that information would go. So for example here, I already happen to have it there, but I'll instruct you to find the college, and you can just type in the name of the college, Contra Costa. That should come up. For you guys, since you guys are high school students, you're going to go ahead and select dual enrollment with high school. It'll instruct you like, when did you take this course? So if you took it in the summer, chances are that started in June. So it'll be June. So you took it last summer or just this summer. It'll be June 2018, and then the classes maybe ended in July 2018. Degree earned, you're going to leave that blank because you guys are you're not doing this towards a degree, but just towards credits, most likely. So go ahead and continue there. Now, when we talk about class size, you guys are 149. You can go ahead and report whatever your cumulative GPA is. So this information can be found in your workbook. To your workbook, you should hopefully have all this information inputted from when we did it last time in class, at the beginning of class, in the semester, and you'll go ahead and input that. It asks you to put in your GPA, so if your GPA is, you can either choose to put the unweighted or the weighted, that's completely up to you. So I'm going to put 289, GPA scale on a 4.0, and whether or not that was weighted. So I happen to use my weighted GPA, so I'll go ahead and do that. Current classes section, it really depends. It might be 6 or 7 classes that you might be taking. Most of you guys will be 6. If you are in AP Gov, then it will be 6. If you are in regular Gov, then you will be putting 7 because Econ and Government happen in 2 separate semesters, so we'll have to indicate that. So make sure that for scheduling, you're putting semester. We are on a semester schedule. Course 1 title, this is where you would put in all of your classes on that are showing up on your transcript or senior year schedule. So for example, if you're taking AP English Literature, you'll go ahead and type in that, literature and composition. Course level, this is like obviously, so if it's an AP, you're going to list that. If it does not have and if it's a regular class, then you wouldn't select anything. So this one happens to be an AP. You are going to be in this class full year. So for all of these, it'll be full year with the exception of government. So for example, if you are taking AP Government, you can type in AP Government, and for that, you will select AP. You are taking it the full year, unless you are taking regular government, in which case you would indicate just regular government. You would leave this blank, and this will not be full year. This will be, you're taking government your first semester, so you'll indicate that, and then you'll indicate economics as your second, leave that blank as your second class. So make sure that here you're indicating second semester. So that's like the one tricky thing with noting your Gov class. So AP Gov would be full semester, you only note it once. Otherwise, if you'll do first semester for government and then second semester for economics. Okay, and then you'll just go through this. So go ahead and pause the video and just input all your classes. So if you're taking pre-calculus, you go ahead and do that. And full year, and then one of the other classes that you'll also put in is if you're taking college seminar, you'll input that. You are taking it full year. So pause the video and go ahead and input the rest of your classes. Here's that if you are taking a TA period, also make sure that you're including it in here. That is where that would live. This section is asking you if you have any honors. So for example, if you have Puma of the Week winner, you can go ahead and type in that, Puma of the Week nominee. You will indicate what grade level that was, and then whether or not that was a school recognition. If you were nominated for the Posse program, you can go ahead and put that, Posse nominee. Whatever grade level this was, and you will input whether this one would actually be national. If you were, for example, a Knowles scholarship recipient, if you did Knowles, you can put Knowles scholarship recipient, whatever grade level that was, and that is also a national recognition. So go ahead and take a moment now to type in all of your honors. You have up to 5 maximum, so just try to do the most that you can. Is just if there is some sort of organization outside of LPS that is helping you with the application process, you can go ahead and note that here. So for example, if you're in summer search, you can go ahead and put that. It'll ask you what the name of your organization is. You'll type in summer search, and then you'll input your counselor's information. So Ms. or Mr. Whatever their information is. If you don't have their information right now, that is okay. You can come back to it, but you will have to reach out to your mentor or your advisor to get that information from them. Future plans, this is just asking you right as of right now where you're currently at, like what are you thinking of doing? So just try your best to answer this for yourself. What kind of degree you intend to earn, Right now, if you're like, I'm really set on a bachelor's, great. If you're like, I want to go for my master's or even my doctorate, whatever your plans are, you can go ahead and select that for yourself. So this section right here is for testing. You guys have all taken hopefully the ACT or SAT, some sort of exam. And so yes, we will be providing for this information to colleges. Tests that you have taken, you can either select, so if you took the ACT already, you can select that. If you took the SAT, all of you guys are 2016 or after. Make sure it's not before, that it's on a different scale range, the grading wise. So make sure it's 2016 or after. If you took the subject tests, you're going to go ahead and put the SAT subject test. If you took AP exams, you'll indicate that. So these are all the 4 possible ones. Here you will just put, so students studying in the U.S., you guys are not international students, so you don't need to fill this part out. And then just hit continue. And so on this page, it'll ask you how many times you've taken the ACT or whether or not. So if you took it last year as a junior, you'll go ahead and indicate 1. Have you taken the writing plus test? Yes. You guys all took it with the writing section. It's asking you if you are going to take it a second time. So if you opted into taking the ACT again this year, you'll indicate yes, 1 more future sitting. If you didn't, you'll indicate 0. But if you did, you'll put 1. Future testing dates. So this is depending on what you guys signed up for. So maybe you signed up for the one in October or the one in December. So you'll go ahead and note that. Make sure you put in the year. If you're not sure about this, these dates, what I would do right now is go to actstudent.org and sign into your account. So that you can make sure that you are providing the accurate information. Just make sure that you are selecting US, not non-US, and then it'll direct you to the right one. Cool. So once you figure out when you're taking that, make sure that you're putting in whatever your composite score was. That's all the information found on the ACT site. Composite date. So this is where you're going to be putting in when you took the ACT. So if you're reporting all of your scores for the ACT, then you're going to go ahead and put, you took it in February 27th of this year, so 2018. So that's when you took a junior year if you showed up to take the exam. So you'll go ahead and input the rest of these dates. It will ask you what date, so you will have to put this in multiple times. So go ahead and pause the video and input your test scores. It'll instruct you to do the exact same thing with your SATs. So if you've taken it once, you'll go ahead and do that. You guys all took it with the essay. If you are taking it again this year, then you'll go ahead and indicate that. So if you're taking it in October, you'll note that, or if you're taking it in November or December, whatever you registered for. If you cannot remember what you registered for, you should log on to the College Board. Oh, sorry, collegeboard.org. Not .com. And once you are there, you can just see what tests you are registered for. So you go click on where it says sign in, and you can sign in. So go ahead and pause right now, sign into your sign into your College Board, and just note down all of your test scores. The SAT at El Cerrito this year as a junior, then you're going to put in March 10th. That information should also be found in your College Board. So March 10th, 2018. Subject test, if you took one subject test, you'll know if you did or not, then you'll go ahead and put when you took it. So if that was in June, you'll indicate that. You'll indicate what subject. So if you did, I don't know, literature, math level 2, you'll input that and whatever your score was. If that applies to you. If it does not, then go ahead and when you put test taken, just make sure that you only note the 3 if however many exams apply. AP exam, so this is where you get to know whether you took AP English or AP Spanish or US history. You guys always take it in May, so if you took it as a junior, it'll be May 2018. Spanish language, for example, whatever your score was. If you are planning on taking an exam, if you're taking AP courses now, you'll put in May of 2019. And calculus, I believe it is A, B.